Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Dental Nachos Extravaganza, an awesome night of fun, prizes, an amazing CE on TV show, a smile transformation after trauma. We're going to hear from an awesome restorative dentist, my close friend, amazing practice owning mad right here in Philadelphia, medium-age dentist, Dr. Todd Fleischman, and Dr. Phil Fava, who I've known since dental school, an awesome periodontist. They're going to share how they rebuilt a person's smile after trauma, and we may even hear from the patient herself, so you do not want to miss it. We're going to start with our business and leadership toppings, interviewing people in our industry who can help you increase success, decrease stress. We have a theme for the night, and that is we need to stop crying on the inside or outside, or at least reduce that number and improve our dentisting core, our mind skills, our word skills, how we talk to people, and our clinical skills. At the center of that, our heart, how we make decisions. So I'm super excited for the night. My name is Paul, Dr. Nacho Goodman, dentalnachos.com. And we have an amazing lineup of key resources and sponsors who are going to share with you what they do to help you be a better dentist, be a better business owner, help your team. First person I'm ready to introduce is the awesome Amira from Itena. She's going to share with us what her company does. And we also have amazing raffle prizes. So just, if you're here, take out your best friend. I have one of my best friends here, my cell phone, and just text prize to 215-543-6454. So thanks for joining us, Amira. Share with us who you are and what your company does to help dentists.
Hi, Paul. Great to be on with you tonight. We're a proud sponsor of Dental Nachos. Itena Clinical, just a little bit about us. We're a restorative manufacturer based in France. We have a full line of products available here in the US. And we're really known for our high clinical quality products at very affordable pricing.
And I know we're going to talk about one tonight, but I always like to share that your DentoTemp product, which we have featured on our Dental Nachos website for a great deal, which we can share. During the pandemic, we did not expect a shutdown, but our temporary stayed on through DentoTemp. So I want to thank you for that, because that was a big help. And our dentists in our office love using it. But share with us, what are we going to talk about tonight? What product do you want to highlight?
Okay, awesome. So yeah, just a side point, we have a buy one, get one free on the DentoTemp that you just mentioned.
Special nacho deal, right? Only through us.
Yep. Okay. So basically we're talking about tonight our Prevenseal, which comes in a box like this.
Awesome.
It's a self-etching, light-cured pit and fissure sealant. It's really been a game changer for a lot of hygienists because it saves the time that you don't have to etch, but it works equally well as like Climpro and other major sealants on the market.
And we had one of my friends and one of your core clients, Dr. Dillaban, who owns multiple practices. I forgot how many he said at the time, but in the double digits, and he uses that in all of his offices.
Correct. Yeah. So they love it. Hygienists love it, especially when you're working with kids and they don't want to be there, and you don't have to etch. It really saves you time. And it's one of our best sellers here in the US and has a 4.5 star rating at Clinical Advisor. So it's
awesome.
Really
That's
awesome product.
Great group there. So if you want to cry less on the inside when doing sealants or your temporaries, you can text temp to 55444. You can text temp to 55444. So this sealant product right now, people want to reach out and learn more about that. Amir, I know they could text temp to 55444. We'll connect them with you. But how else could they reach out to learn more about it?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can always email me at Amira, AMIRA, at Itena, ITENA-NA.com.
Awesome.
Or check our website out, itenaclinical.com. Has all the information there. And we're always happy to send samples over if you want to test it out. Just feel free to reach out. And I will also post that in the comments in case you didn't catch that.
Awesome. Our team will also post, thanks to us at Dental Nachos and Amira, our buy one, get one free on DentoTemp, something you want to get for your office. People are going to be on vacations. And we have this awesome raffle, Amira, to text prize to 215-543-6454. What are you guys raffling off as part of our raffle?
So we're offering $500.
No problem. Amira, I can hear you still.
Okay, great. So basically we're offering $500 of free Itena products. It's a no-brainer. You get to try out a bunch of our products, and we're excited for whoever's going to.
You're on Dental Nachos, Amir, so it's a nacho brainer, a $500 get back. I know my dentist people, they are, as I would call, a frugal people, a cheap people. So they would love to have $500 in products to test out from you. It's a great holiday gift. We really appreciate you being a key resource and sponsor. Hope you enjoy the show, and thanks for kicking it off on the right terms here, Amira.
Sure. And Paul, we forgot to mention that we're offering a buy two, get one free of Prevenseal.
Oh, nice. Awesome. So we have to, on our website, our awesome Amanda's put it up. So look, the Dental Nachos website, you can get anything you want there. Find a job or buy sealant material. We have all the toppings. So you get buy two, get one free of the Prevent Seal, buy one, get one free of the Dental Temp, and Amir's awesome raffle prize of the $500 of restorative products. Thanks so much, Amira.
No problem. Thank you, Paul.
Awesome. Okay, so we're here to help you protect your dental core. And I did not know this was going to be a thing. So when I grew up, we're ready for our next sponsor, whenever she was ready. My parents said to me often that I should be a lawyer. They did not say it in always the most friendly terms. They said, Paul, you should be a lawyer. My favorite movie, A Few Good Men. I also like George Clooney from ER, dentist like my dad. I'm glad I became a dentist. But we have here now one of my friends, one of my own personal dental focused attorneys who I email and call on a regular basis, Anna Hoslinski. So Anna, tell us, what is a day in the life like for a dental focused attorney?
Hey, Paul, thanks for having me. Good to be here as always. Day in the life right now for me is constant COVID related questions in the office and trying to figure all that out. Otherwise, it's acquisitions of practices, startups, reviewing leases, helping dental practice owners either start their own practice, navigate employment agreements, you name it. On the business side, we're here to help. And
I have to say, I think of a dental focused attorney, it should be like a personal trainer. You don't just go and get in shape for your wedding. I know that's, fit for you, and just say, I don't have to work out anymore for the rest of my life. You need one all the time. You need exercise, because meeting Rob, Justin, your whole awesome team, April, Rob and I are obviously close friends, the Dental Amigos podcast that we run together, but I just have seen how many attorney related things come up with employees, with handbooks, with things like that. So if someone was watching right now and saying, I'm not so sure if this is going on in my office, that's right. Does it cost like $1 billion to work with an attorney, or how would they reach out to talk with you about things?
It does not cost $1 billion. And I'll tell you that it's usually better to call us before the problem escalates, because in that case, it might actually cost you a lot more money. If you want to reach out to us, I am an attorney with Robert Montgomery PC, like you said, your awesome amigo. You can find us, any of us, and contact anyone in my firm at yourdentallawyer.com, which I'll also put in the chat as well.
And I remember Rob and I've been doing all these things for a while, but before Dental Nachos, we did when bad deals happen to good dentists. And I sell practices, and one of my earliest memories is saying to someone wanting to buy a practice, which dental focused attorney let you sign a restrictive covenant that was 25 miles? And he sheepishly said, I never had one review my contract. And that's a perfect example of sort of dropping your nachos, thinking, I want to save $1,000. And here's what I say. There's only two reasons not to use a dental focused attorney. Two, dentist. One, you're cheap. I know you're cheap already. That's a given. Two, you don't know one. But now you only have one reason, because now you know one with your dental lawyer. And actually, because everybody's watching all over the country, maybe the world here tonight, honestly, I'm not sure. It could be 2 or 3 million people logged in right now if to check the stats. But let's say attorneys a little bit like dentists, because you can kind of work in other states, but not every state. If you couldn't work in someone's state, would you maybe know someone in that state that you could refer them to?
Yeah, for sure. We have attorneys in our firm that are licensed in a lot of states, but in the states where we cannot work because of ethical constraints, we are happy to send you the name of somebody that we know there, if we do have somebody to refer you to.
So I appreciate it. You're awesome as an attorney, as a person. I know you miss me coming by the office and bothering you midday for the podcast, but hopefully once we get this vaccine, we'll be back there and I'll be able to bother you on a regular basis.
Yep. See you soon in person.
Thanks, Anna. Thanks for being on with us. I appreciate it. So working with Anna and her team, Rob Montgomery, has just been awesome. I've learned so much insight doing the Dental Amigos podcast. If you don't subscribe to our podcast, it's another thing that's totally free. We go through how to buy a practice, challenges in the industry. Our next guest was on our podcast talking about what he does. So it's a great podcast to check out. Now, I love all of our key resources and sponsors. They have amazing things, but what this key resource and sponsor has done for our office has been totally nacho-tastic with our in-house membership club and our online store. Welcome, Tom Camarota, founder of the Dental Stores. Tom, tell us what the Dental Stores does.
So how you doing? Glad to be here. So what we do is we help dental offices create and launch their membership plans. We also help them create and launch a patient store with dedicated products right for their patients. And we also help them sell services online. So really a kind of a 3-for-1. You can't get any better than that, I think, but you tell me. But yeah, management of the membership plans is amazing.
And I want to dig into all of this, but to reach out to Tom, you can text club to 55444. He'll get you a table at XS in Vegas. Just joking. That's shut down. No one's allowed at a club. But if you text club to 55444, you'll get there. Now, one of the things we talked about on the podcast, Tom, was this concept of escalation of commitment. So let's say you're a dentist, say, I don't need a membership club. I don't need an online store. Tell me about escalation of commitment, what you've seen with your clients who've introduced this into their practice and how they bonded with patients.
It's amazing, really. So you have a kind of like a two-pronged kind of focus there. So basically with the membership plan, you're creating this built-in loyalty. Think about like an Amazon.com Prime now, Amazon Prime, or like a Costco type wholesale type membership. And basically those patients who are subscribing to your membership, they're paying you regularly. You get that recurring revenue, like tens of thousands of dollars every year. It could be hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending on how big your membership club is. But it's consistent recurring revenue, and patients are going to you to solve all of their dental problems. They're coming to you because they're getting their treatment at a discount. When you look at from the product side of things, you wouldn't think it, but when patients actually buy those products, like the toothpaste or a mouth rinse or even a toothbrush, you don't think of these small items. But what ends up happening is that those small commitments add up to larger commitments. So when you're spending $100 on a toothbrush, you're bound to show up for that appointment. You're not going to cancel out. You're seeing your brand over and over and over again. Next thing you know, hey, do you have a dentist recommendation? Hey, your brand is the first thing that come up. Oh, I have a dental problem. Your brand is the first thing that comes to their mind. So really, you're surrounding them with your brand and with dentistry, so that they always know who to go to.
And I like to protect HIPAA at all times. But one of the people on this later in the show, actually, I looked at my phone. I like when people like us. I see my orders, and she had ordered something for her own son from our dental store because it was just convenient. And I mean, you see people ordering mouthwash, ordering stuff at all hours of the night when they're busy moms. And it's great. I mean, you just give the patient I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I'm kind of into my hair. I've mentioned it a lot. And I use Green Crew. And sometimes I get it at my barber, and sometimes I get it online. But whenever I go there, I appreciate that he has it there. And even if it's $2 more, it's a perfect example of me being glad a business has provided that. So how do people start this process, Tom? They're watching, they text club to 55444. What is the process of adding an in-house membership club? And then tell us a little bit about the process of adding an online store.
So it's pretty simple, believe it or not. Really, you just kind of start it up with us. We have pre-programmed, ready to go type of membership clubs ready for you to just install and get ready to go with your membership base. But we could get really customized. I mean, we have some really crazy stuff. We have one office that is both eye care and dental care, and they combine them into one plan. Imagine that, right? So we could get really crazy with it, but really it's about, starting it up with a turnkey way, and that's what we have. And you could literally start it up within a week. We'll get you everything that you need to get going and get your members signed up, give you a little brochures, cards, like, marketing kit type thing. And then as far as the store goes, that's another thing that is just fantastic to have. I think that it's really about team involvement, just letting patients know that you have your store there and available. This year, especially with COVID going around, everybody's e-commerce. Look, if you're not doing this, if you're not selling your services online, if you don't have a membership plan, if you don't have products online, you're missing out on a huge component of our economy, and it has increased, triple-digit increase in some industries. So it's just fantastic.
If you don't own the Dental Nachopedia, you can get it for a $396 discount at our e-commerce store. We like to do e-commerce while we're doing e-commerce. No one knows what that means, but I do. So, Tom, share with us. Someone's thinking, okay, I want a JFO. Just find out like our office and other offices. How can they reach out to you, and what awesome raffle prize did you bring for us tonight?
Okay, so you guys could reach out to us at dentalstores.com/Nacho Network. That's to get a special code. And the special that we have tonight for you guys is that anybody who's watching this, if you schedule a demo in the next 8 days by December 10th, we will give you, you'll get access to a free year of, 50% off of the yearly package for dental stores. So 50%, you're $49 a month. You can't beat it. It's really an incredible value.
Do the demo. Just do the demo, Dennis. It's free.
Yep.
Also text prize at 215-543-6454 because Tom's also raffling off a gift card. We're going to pick that soon. So next week, Tom. So join the raffle. And you had another prize too, right?
Yeah, they could also win with the raffle. It's a $100 gift card, and they could win a free year. of dental stores too. So
look at that. Look what
awesome
we're doing
for you guys.
Extravaganza. It's a real extravaganza. Open up another bottle of wine on your couch. You're going to get yourself some fancy sweatpants with that. So I appreciate it, Tom. Thanks so much for being here. You're an awesome key resource and sponsor, and hang around and enjoy the show.
Thanks, guys.
Awesome, guys. So as you guys see, these are all core development toppings, how to make good decisions in the world, build your dentisting core. We can bring up our next key resource and sponsor when we're ready. So finally, this always happens. I have one of my people on now. Very excited. I have a dentist himself, Dr. Nathan Ho, spends his time dentisting full contact arts and crafts on people who do not want to be there. That is what dentistry is, right, Nathan? But Nathan is here to share with us. He is an amazing entrepreneur and has amazing energy, more than me. I don't know if anyone believes that. So tell us, Nathan, what do you guys have going with your level 3 mask deal? We've bought them. You've been an awesome key resource and sponsor. I know you got a great deal. So tell us, what's the deal with masks and what do you guys have at Dental Med PPE? I think you might be muted still, Nathan. You might be muted.
And
Perfect.
hey,
cool.
thank you for having me on, and thank you for ordering the level 3 mask from us. A lot of dentists have been ordering a lot of level 3 masks from us because a lot of dental suppliers out there are charging really high for these level 3 masks. So, you know, back in April, I couldn't find any level 3 masks to buy. So I worked directly with the manufacturer and ordered some very high quality premium level 3 mask
Awesome.
with 4 layers with all the features that we need, right? The metal nose clip, 4 layers with a premium filter material, flexible ear loop. Nice. It's awesome. And now, before dentists, when they order, they had to wait for about 2 months to receive their mask. But now that we have a lot in our warehouse in the US, we can actually ship them within a week.
And that's great. Now, so it has gotten nacho nuts with pricing for stuff. Dentists used not to know what the prices were, but now they know when it went up high. So tell us, what is a box of level 3 masks? We have the Nachos 2 discount code, which we'll share in the chat, or you guys can text level 3 to 215-543-6454. You can never have too many masks in your office. You don't want to run out. But what's the cost per box, Nathan, and what kind of special deal do you guys have?
So I think our price is probably the lowest in the market right now. It's just $12.87 a box. Wow. And you know what? You have the Nachos 2 code for 5% off, but tonight I'm going to offer the Nachos 3, which awesome. all caps. Okay, Nachos 3, 10% off. That's a
wow. Nachos 3, 10. This is a true extravaganza. I'm so excited. I was gonna wait till Todd came on for this beer, but I might have to open earlier. I'm too excited, Nathan. So Nachos 3 to get 10% off. My brother's ordering through you. This is a nacho brainer. Protect your office. In a truly serious sense. Nathan was on our podcast. You're a practice owner just like me. Dental school doesn't teach us to make all these decisions. If you run out of masks, you're going to have a big problem. And that's still a concern out there, whether it's masks, gloves, things like that. Or I'm concerned as a practice owner. Are you concerned yourself?
That's right. And you know what, Paul, I would like to also mention something as well. I will be receiving a lot of the nitro gloves because a lot of dentists been messaging me on Facebook about the nitro gloves. So I just want to mention that when they go on the Dental Med PPE website, they can actually get a box of 50 masks for free. They just need to pay for shipping. Okay.
Look at that.
You can try it. You can try out 50 masks for free before you order. Or you can, or if you
see, this is what happened when a dentist runs a company. You know how we think. We always think we think there's a scam within the scam inside of a scam, right? That's how our people think, right? With conspiracy theory inside a conspiracy theory. So you can test out Nathan's mask for free. You can text level 3 to 215-543-6454. Use the code Nachos3 at dentalmedpp.com during this show to save 10% in a totally serious way. If you're planning to protect your business, get masks. They don't expire. Store them. We're going to need them. We don't know what's happening over the next 6 months. I love your energy, Nathan. How can people reach out to you? Just at Evergreen website so that they're watching 6 months from now, they know how to contact you.
Okay. For the website, it's dentalmedppe.com, or you can contact me via email, which is contact@dentalwinwin.com, or Another great way to contact me is to search me on Facebook because I'm on there 24/7, right? You know, a lot of companies, they offer 1 or 2 masks to try. You can get 50 For
A
free.
whole box,
Okay?
50 free masks. Look at this. Some of my team's just going to order some masks to have some. So I appreciate it, Nathan. Stick around for the show. If you're watching, we have an amazing CE on TV tonight. Starting after our sponsor interviews, we have two dentists, periodontist and an amazing general dentist who've rebuilt a patient's smile after trauma. And we may hear from the patient herself. So stick around, Nathan. Earn some CE, share in the chat, and enjoy the show. I really appreciate it.
Awesome, Paul. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much. So as you guys see, we have so many amazing toppings here. And our next person coming up does something that is so important. We have Teresa Shepard. And as you can see, she has handcuffs as her background. So Teresa, that's a good enough intro. Explain to us, why do you have handcuffs as your background?
Thanks, Paul. Thank you for having me. And I'm so happy to be a Nacho supporter. I have handcuffs because my question to doctors is, how many felonies did you commit today? And it seems like kind of a strange thing to ask of a dental practice, because when we think of felonies, we think of strong arm bank robbery or something equally as sinister, yet doctors commit felonies every day. They just don't know it.
Yeah.
Typically, when we look in the dental practice, when we're talking about fraud, that usually comes in the form of coding and billing, or how they're handling co-payments, or how they're collecting money from their patients. Many times what I see is not so much what is there, but what isn't there is as equally as important.
Well, a couple of things, Teresa, I want to jump in and share, because first, I wrote a letter to Dr. Roy Shelburne, who now talks, when he was put in jail for billing issues, which would be a whole story in of itself. $7,000 worth of billing issues. You guys got to look up that story. I met him in person. He's an amazing guy, an amazing dentist. But I was so inspired by having you on the show. I have you working with our office for this. And here's why. Because when you enhance your protocol and you enhance your systems, it raises everybody's game. And we also want to do the right thing. And much like Anna Haslinsky, who's literally trying to figure out the COVID rules as it's going, a lot of these things happen with documentation and coding. Give us just an example. I mean, you were doing a Zoom session with our office. You know, the perio codes are changing frequently. Is that an accurate thing to say?
Yeah, we do have some new codes. Every year there's new codes that get terminated and new codes that come on. But there are a lot of perio codes, especially the 4346 code. Most practices don't even know it exists, and it's been available for, I think, coming on about 4 years now.
Yeah, because that's a good point. I didn't really know myself, and I like to keep up to date, because are people just reading the code book for fun at night? Probably not. So I have to say, codes can make you very grumbly, but one reason, Teresa, to hire you and engage with you is to protect you, do the right thing. That's important. But you have a 1 + 1 = 3. When you do your snapshots, prevent mugshots, I know this will make you lean forward. What do you usually find as a positive consequence or an opportunity for the office?
Well, I have, typically, I always find money. Doctors are really famous for giving money away and letting it walk out the door. And I have found anywhere from $2,000 to $10,000 a month. And one practice, I have come close to $300,000 in a year.
I mean, and that's why, Teresa, I want to pause you as a practice owner. It's so hard to improve your bottom line. So engaging with someone like you and teaching them to save just $2,000 a month is $25,000 a year for 10 years. That's $250,000 benefit from engaging with you at maybe a $5,000 level. And I know you have a great Nacho deal for us, but I'm saying this is why these things are worth it. And I'm enjoying going through it, because I know it's going to get us to a better place when we're done. Even though, what do you say? You have a good way of saying it, Teresa? You kindly reprimand us, but while giving us a virtual hug or something like that, right?
Yes. I scold you while I'm hugging you.
Yeah.
Because my passion is really to help doctors protect the clinical and financial integrity of their practice. And the way that I do that is teaching them how not only to mitigate their risk, but to be more profitable. And they're working themselves crazy most of the time, especially nowadays, and they're not getting paid for it. So I don't want you to work harder. I want you to work smarter, get paid for the things that you do legitimately, and just everybody's good. You know, who can't use some extra money?
Right. Yeah. Stay out of jail and make extra money. This is a really good part of the extravaganza. So share with us how you have a great deal for the Nachos. Share with us the deal that you have going on for the extravaganza.
So not only for the extravaganza, but I'm going to offer this to any Nacho viewer through the month of December, $500 off of my Snapshots Prevent Mugshots program, which is just a virtual look at your practice. So it's real easy, simple, not intrusive at all, not disruptive at all to your practice. And so if you go to snapshotsnotmugshots.com,
like that name URL.
you'll see the little nacho offer there. And if you write felony in the contact information box, you're going to get that $500 off.
So I
And
can't
I'm
tell you
also-
guys, if someone's going through this, I've been a practice owner for 15 years, it is well worth it on multiple levels to engage in this type of training for your team. Your team needs to hear it. It's never a better time to have this done virtually before we're all back to doing hopefully some of our regular lives. We've had training sessions that we've broken up with Teresa. She's awesome. She makes it as fun as possible for this type of stuff, but it's important. So we have $500 off, but now tell us what's part of the raffle. If you text prize to 215-543-6454, what can they win in the raffle from you?
They're gonna, the raffle prize is 50% off my Snapshots Prevent Mugshots program.
Awesome. So that's another great saving. So I love what you do, Teresa. How can people reach out to you? Just an evergreen website. If they went to and they want to just check you out, what's the best way for them to do that?
Well, they can either call me for a complimentary consultation. I never charge for information. That number is 209-222-0750, or you can reach out to me at Teresa@teresashepard.com or teresashepard.com.
Awesome. Take a picture of, I don't know how to use my finger here. Take a picture of that and send it to your office manager. Say, call Teresa. I want the nacho deal, and engage with this. You can have your office manager lead it like ours is. It's been great, Teresa. I really appreciate you being on the show and hang around and watch our show and stick with us. Thanks so much, Teresa. So you guys see, just here in these 5-minute segments, you can learn so much stuff that they don't teach us in dental school. How to protect your business, how to have more fun, how to bring in more patients, how to get the PPE you need to survive. So we have our next, another dentist up here, my people, Dr. Casey Culberson. So I love when dentists are entrepreneurial. So Dr. Casey, tell us a little bit about your dental life and also your entrepreneurial life and what you've created to enhance the patient experience.
All right. First of all, Paul, I dropped my nachos big time.
What happened?
I went mountain biking and I did this.
So you had a break for COVID, and now you've caused a break to take another break. It's a lot of breaks.
Yeah, I did the math, and in 10 months I will not be working for 5 of them. So,
how's your recovery going?
I'm kind of early. I still have these big pins sticking out of my arm and stuff, but
you share in the connectivity. You have someone covering your office, right?
I do.
That's
and then
awesome.
One thing I don't know, good to know about disability insurance. I don't know if everyone knows. Hopefully your accountant told you that you are to pay that out of your post-tax money.
Yeah. Very important.
Yeah.
We have a great disability resource, Jim and Tyler. They were on the show on Monday, and it's so critical. And there's the stories of disability range from annoyance to incredibly tragic and poignant. So I think it's I'm glad you're here to, this goes with protecting your dentist and core as well. So
exactly. And it is peace of mind knowing that, like, I didn't think I'd ever be out for 90 days, and here I am.
Right.
Minimum 90 days. So
life, pandemics, mountain biking injuries, you're a tough one, Casey. So I love what you guys create with your more media mind. Share with us how that enhances the patient experience.
Yeah. So we have this. It's a,
Hey, hold it against your shirt. Hold it against your shirt.
All right, okay. There we go.
Yeah.
So it's an arm that hooks to your dental light and holds an iPad. The difference is I had TVs in my office, and when you're doing like a DO on number 15, they can't see it unless it's perfectly mounted where it needs to be. And the iPad's magic. I mean, so cheap. You can buy an iPad Air for $250. You can pop it off. You can use it for patient education. They pick a movie maybe where they're getting numb, snap it back on the arm. And I don't know, I love watching it with kids because you just tilt it back and move your light back, and their head just like moves.
Yeah, I like it.
I mean,
you hand someone an iPad, it's like handing them nachos. They're happy, whether you're
That's right.
5 or 5. My own wife would go to the dentist more if she could watch Schitt's Creek for the 15th time while she was there. So
exactly right.
Like
so I have patients like kind of chill in the chair afterwards. They're not running out anymore. They want to finish their show. So, and it's a customer service thing. I mean, it makes their experience better. It really does.
I love that. I mean, I'm looking into our office and getting my brother looking. I know you have a great deal. You're going to tell us about this, but we've talked before. I know my dentist people, and this is me. I'm not good at putting things together, things like that. Is it tough to put together? And can you get the headphones from you guys too?
Yes. You can get the headphones, and we also have a new thing like the hover shield. It's
that's cool.
A 12 by 12 shield that can snap on the end. And I don't know. I mean, I know we've gotten used to wearing head shields. I don't wear one because I use this. I put one on the other day because I needed to for a kid, and they were watching a movie, and I was like, wow, this is hot and sweaty. Like you get used to it, but you're like, you don't remember what it's like to not have one. So that is an alternative as well. So that's
alternative face shield. Now with the iPad and the mount, you can get all that. But what deal do you guys have going on right now? Because it's a truly nacho-tastic one that people should lean forward to.
Yeah, it's good timing because it's Black Friday-ish. We do the whole week Black Friday. So we have a buy two, get two free.
50% off.
Yeah. And then with the nachos, the discount code of nachos discount, you get another 15% off everything in your cart. So,
that is amazing. So if you guys could send me some extra guac with your free savings, that would be great.
Yeah, that's right. That would be the best deal. That's the best deal you'll ever get on that one.
Buy two, get two free. You can text mount to 55444. I love what Casey does. I love Setting the Table by Danny Meyer, founder of Shake Shack. It's one of my favorite books. The patient experience, we're annoying them at the dentist. If you could let them watch a show, let them relax, let the procedure go faster. Put it in a way, I totally agree with you on the TVs. The TVs were something we have, but they're not super useful during the procedure. They're useful when I'm checking a hygiene patient and I can't get back to the room, but they're not useful mid-procedure. So the molar mount follows the patient.
Yeah, it does. And we have headphones too. And you put those Bluetooth headphones on and the patient's giggling while you're prepping number 14. I mean, that means they're not suffering and they're not miserable. They're giggling. So
I love that. I love that enhanced patient experience. Take advantage of the buy two, get two, plus the 15% off with nachos. Text mount to 55444. And what did you bring for the raffle for us?
For the raffle, we're going to give away a molar media mount and the hover shield package. So
that's awesome. So text prize, you can win this. There's so many great prizes that we have on all the nights here. If someone's watching this 5 years from now, Casey, when it has at least 10 million views, that would be low for us. How could they reach out to what's your company website?
That's right. molarmediamount.com.
Awesome. Well, stick around and enjoy the show. What we're going to see tonight from Todd and Phil is truly amazing. We're going to hear from their patient too. They rebuilt their whole smile after trauma. So hang around and enjoy it with us. Thanks for being here, Casey.
Thanks, Paul.
Awesome, guys. So you guys see we have so many awesome people here sharing with you, bonding us together. The closest thing we got to hanging out in person. The next person coming up, we did hang out in person. Him and his partner. Not sure if he was there at the time, Emmett, when I was speaking. But welcome to Talking Nachos. We want to hear with Emmett Scott and Dr. Craig Copeland.
Hey, Paul, it's so good to be with you.
Glad to have you. Tell us what you guys do in the dental space and how you help dentists.
Yeah, so what we realized is, with everybody trying to look for great practices to be a part of and so forth, you'd like this, Paul, it's like everyone's hair's on fire.
I like that. Right? It's like, I need that wig.
Right. Where is the best place to be an associate, or I'm looking at a practice to buy? So we thought it would be helpful, Dr. Copeland and I, to kind of share two things that we find. It's the 2 C's when looking for either an associateship or looking for a practice to buy. Number one is there good culture? And number two is review the contract. So, when we look at culture, we look for 3 things. Is there humility? Is there personal honesty and responsibility? And is there gratitude? We find that those things, and there's lots of ways, if you can have somebody dancing like that, who's the CEO, then definitely they've at least humiliated themselves. I don't know if that's humility or not.
I think those are good tips for any culture, but especially during a pandemic culture, humility, honesty, responsibility, especially gratitude. So at Community Dental Partners, Dr. Craig, what is your role there?
So I'm the chief dental officer. Been doing that for about 3 or 4 years now.
And what's a day in the life like for a chief dental officer?
So it's there's a lot of calls to docs. There's a lot of creating some vision for the docs, creating some materials for them to review, to get better in the daily life of helping their patients out.
Awesome. And how big is your guys' group that you guys are managing?
So we support over 60 locations around Texas. And Dr. Copeland is the one helping and supporting those doctors. And this is one of the events that he put together. We were one of the first, in fact, this year, we were the first and only dental group that went out to Honduras and helped kids there. Dr. Evans and Dr. Copeland put this together. So again, these are the things like around culture that I think number one, and then you look at reviewing contracts. So one of the things Dr. Copeland's really big at is anytime he goes to a dental school, he helps them to figure out how to review contracts.
I love that. I mean, we had on that's so critical. They leave a lot. When did you graduate from dental school, Dr. Craig?
2010 from University of Florida.
You know, I didn't need any of this because I had all these extensive courses on business, patient communication, and not crying inside. No, I had none of those because we were too busy memorizing the Krebs cycle for the 19th time. So while I know dental school, people think I pick on dental school, it's not that. I know they try hard to do what they do well, but you do need more skills than memorizing the melting point of gold, which does not come in handy in private practice. So tell us, like, who should be reaching out to you guys to learn more about what they do? Dental associates, practice owners, multi-practice owners, everybody like that. Tell us a little more about that.
Yeah, Dr. Copeland. First of all, if you're interested in joining a company with great culture, having fun, able to develop out your skills, autonomy, then Community Dental Partners, we would love to hear from you. If you've got a group and you're looking to get more support on that group and you're realizing, okay, I'm getting above my head, then that's something that we can support on as well.
Awesome. So you basically, you know, much like the Nacho Plate, you help dentists at all different ages and stages of their career. Dr. Craig, I don't think you need a wig for your head. I think you need one for your cell phone, because if you are in charge of all those dentists, I have a feeling you get quite a few text messages a day or emails of, you know, what's going on in these practices. I think it's great that you do that.
I do. Well, I do. We do have a lot of support, though. We've got a lot of support at Community Dental Partners to help our doctors get to the next level. They do a great job of supporting the docs.
I mean,
Incredible team.
I don't know if he's on here yet or not, who's speaking, Dr. Todd Fleischman tonight, but my whole job is to embarrass him as much as possible throughout the show. But he's such a kind person that when he's taught for the boost camp, he actually walked one of our boost campers through cementing a veneer in his office in another place because he just didn't have anyone to call. So I think what you guys have created is being able to call someone, text someone, reach out to someone with a business problem, a clinical problem, is so priceless. I don't think dental students realize, and maybe you do, how isolating it can be once you leave dental school. And it's just a challenge out there. And I think what you guys are doing is helping solve this cave problem I talk about. My good friend Eric Cornelius said dentists work in caves. Might have been the event we were at, Emmett, when Mark Costas was on stage and said dentists are on an island and we're sitting having a glass of wine. He said it's worse than an island. It's more like a cave. And that really hit home for me because it's hard to know what's going on outside your own cave.
Well, we ended up creating a podcast for all dentists called DSO Secrets. So everybody wants to figure out what are those things. They can come over on the Facebook site as well and ask questions, pick people's brains, because you're right, it can be very lonely as you're trying to navigate all of these things. And we think everything goes better with community and with support.
I love that message. And really, this is a whole platform here. What we're doing is to bring fun things to dentists, bring more awareness, and just JFO, just find out. Oh, I like that. You got another setup there.
I just think you just start playing cool, you know, you're not hair on fire anymore, right? You just start playing it cool.
I'm going to send you some crew for that wig, as I was talking about before. So if people are listening and watching, how can they reach out to you guys to learn more about what you guys do?
Yeah, so we would love for them. They can text us at 940-222-5005. They can come to communitydentalpartners.com. And again, come over to the podcast or to the Facebook site. We're just looking to give them any material, you know, as you saw, if they're trying to figure out all these contracts and this guy said he paid me this percent, but what percent of what? We've got a tool where they can analyze all of that and really see apples to apples. That's just something we give out to the community.
I mean, I think everything in life, I have a 6 and a 2-year-old live in my house. It's, you know, and Craig, you know, is this normal, right? Is what's going on normal? Someone just messaged me about it was about their DSO managing director. Is this normal, Paul? I didn't actually even know the answer. I could refer to you, but I just think if we have more people who can help dentists say, is this normal? Is this right? We're going to just create a better dentisting world. And I appreciate you guys doing that.
Yeah, we appreciate your community that you created as well.
Thanks, guys. Stick around for the show. It's going to be awesome starting soon. Todd and Phil are amazing dentists. Hear from their patient. If you have dentists that are hanging out, Craig, in your phone, text them the link, put it in the chat, and tell them to watch in. Thanks so much, guys. Awesome. So we have another one of my dentist people on here, but he was smarter than me because he moved from general dentist to become a periodontist. Then he moved from being a periodontist to being an entrepreneur and starting supply clinics. We have Dr. Scott Drucker, founder of Supply Clinic. Scott, tell us what you guys do to help dentists and a little bit about a day in the life of Scott.
Oh man, a day in the life. Paul, thanks so much for having me again. I've been getting certainly my fill of nachos. I had a great conversation with Brandon this past week.
Awesome.
Yeah, so about a little over 5 years ago, started Supply Clinic. At its core, Supply Clinic is an online marketplace for dental supplies. So what does that mean? Very simply put, e-commerce, online shopping for dental supplies. So we host, I think it's north of 130 sellers to date, mostly dental specific, dental focused, some exclusively focused on PPE, of course, given what's been going on this past year. But we have created this super easy shopping experience and brought pricing transparency into the dental space. So
That's a great. I mean, basically, and I know you covered a little bit, and I like this, Simon Sinek. What is your why? What was your why for you guys to create this? I mean, you know, we where was the problem you were solving, or what did you want to help dentists do with supplies?
Yeah, absolutely. I was transitioning from dental school over in Philly to residency, and I had to get a whole bunch of supplies for myself for the residency. So mostly surgical in nature, burrs, handpieces, instruments, just a variety of things. And I, like most dental students, wasn't given much of a practice management or real world education, if you will. And so, you know, was pointed in the direction of a couple of the big box distributors, and had representatives super eager to help, and you know, claimed to be getting me great discounts, and then did a bit of shopping on my own and found that in fact, I could get all of those exact same supplies at lower cost from authorized sellers elsewhere. But also recognize that the amount of effort that I had to put in to shop around and price compare is just not practical. And so the idea was born to you know, put together this easy e-shopping experience where you know, all sellers, we do a great deal of effort to make sure all of the sellers are authorized to sell the products that they host. So we ensure no gray market on the platform, and just make it super easy to go from item to item and see who sells it at what price, and build a shopping cart and check out in a single.
I love that, Scott. And I'm really, you know, you fit the Nachos spirit, because at its core is helping dentists do better, helping dentists be less stressed, helping be more successful. And one of the things tonight, you know, we have C through Dental Nachos, but there's also great C through Spear, through Kois, through other platforms. We had Link on last night, just like with supplies. In the beginning of the pandemic, when you're on our podcast, I think it's just getting dentists more options, whether it's PPE, you might have to order from multiple suppliers. No more suppliers. We just ordered lidocaine through you for our office through the Black Friday deal. I mean, all of us dentists, and you're one too, we're just trying to survive and thrive out there. So the more resources we have, whether it's with supplies, technology, the more options we have, the better. I think what you're doing is creating a really great nacho topping for us. But on that note, Scott, you have the grand prize of everything we're doing. Tell us what you guys are raffling off, because it's very special. Lean forward. Emmett was just on, so he does DSO stuff. It's going to increase your EBITDA. So if you win this, it will increase your EBITDA. So tell us about your prize.
I don't know if this is Emmett set the bar super high with those wigs, but I'll do my best here. Our Nacho Nuts deal is, we are raffling off $10,000 in supplies, of course, for the course of 2021. And the bar is super low to enter this raffle. So there are a few ways to participate. The first way is to go to supplyclinic.com/dental nachos. And there are two fields. There's a name and an email address. You have to input those two fields and submit. And that is it. You're in the raffle.
And you also, we made it so easy. When you text prize to 215-543-6454, you get an entry into all of the extravaganza prizes and this link, Scott. So they can text in. So text in and start your year off with $10,000 in savings. So Scott, this is a great way to help out your EBITDA, help out your office, have a win. I think it's amazing that you guys are offering this. So just share it one more time. What type of bar do they have to jump over to enter this raffle?
So supplyclinic.com/dental nachos, enter your name and your email address. It's very difficult.
I think you dentists could do it. Dennis, you love free stuff. It's literally your favorite thing. It's a free raffle to get more free stuff. If you don't win, nothing bad happens. If you do win, you could have $10,000 in free supplies from Supply Clinic. And if people just want to go check out Supply Clinic, if they get bored of me ranting up here, Scott, what's the best website for them to go to?
Supplyclinic.com. To sweeten the deal even more, we are giving away a $20 coupon. So the coupon code is Nachos Raffle.
Awesome.
And for those who use it on literally any order, that gets any individual a second raffle ticket. So raffle ticket number one is just submit your name and email. Number two is we're paying you $20 to go use to
That's perfect.
off of any order. And if anybody wants to go the extra mile, we're offering an additional 9 tickets if after they've made a purchase, they send anyone on our team a purchase order showing us that they saved shopping on Supply Clinic.
Scott, that is too good for our Nacho crew. It's awesome. Outsource some of this, delegate this some of this to people who order. We do that at our office. Have them look around, connect them with Scott's team. They're great. Victoria, your whole team is awesome. So thanks, Scott. We got your people on here. Dr. Phil Fava. He went to Penn with my brother. Great guy. He's the periodontist going to be on tonight. Stick around and check out this case. But thanks so much, Scott, for being here.
Thank you, Paul, for having me. Appreciate it.
Awesome, guys. So we have one more awesome key resource at Dental Nachos. Then we're going to start our CE on TV show with the awesome Dr. Todd and Dr. Phil. So we have a very special person to me, Jill Goodman, Jill Ruggieri. She was my sister, but also our Job Connect coordinator. So tell us a little bit, Jill, about a day in the life of our dentist Job Connect coordinator at Dental Nachos.
Thanks for having me and letting me share here. A day in the life of the Job Connect coordinator is talking and connecting dentists looking for jobs with great practices that have open positions. We have over 50 open positions across the US, and we're one-on-one connecting dentists that are seeking job opportunities with these different practices.
Awesome, Jill. Before you go on, I just want to share, while you're watching the show, I know everybody likes to look at their phone while they're watching shows. I know someone like that. That person's name is me. And Mrs. Notch says, stop looking at your phone, pay attention to The Undoing or Schitt's Creek. So if you're watching this show, just text job to 215-543-6454. You'll get all 50 plus positions that you can scroll through and apply to. Maybe our whole goal with connecting on Job Connect is maybe it's not for you, but it's for your friend looking for a job. If you're a dental office that wants to submit a job to be featured on this platform, we have offices there. So Jill, you're a physical therapist. Now you're working with us at Dental Nachos. Yeah. Where do you see some of the challenges that dentists have in finding jobs? Or, when you're talking to them each day, what's part of the challenges they're facing, whether looking for a job or looking to hire?
Yeah, often a lot of them aren't sure exactly where to look. The opportunities could be anywhere from Craigslist to Indeed to Glassdoor to our platform. Sometimes they're just not exactly sure where to find out about these opportunities. We often encourage them to call practices in the town or area that they would like to be working in to just connect and to learn more if the practices are adding associates. But there just seems to be a slight miscommunication sometimes between the offices looking for an associate, knowing when they're ready to add an associate part-time or full-time, and then connecting them with the job seekers.
And part of what
we're here to help.
Yeah, part of what we do is try to help you along the process through a variety of ways, finding out your why. Why do you need an associate? How much do you want to pay them? How are you going to attract the dentist to your area? The geographic flexibility of young dentists is different than it was years ago. That's just part of the reality, but they often have a lot of school debt and will possibly move. Jill was a physical therapist, worked at Jefferson Hospital. I worked at Albert Einstein as a GPR resident. You see medical doctors go through residencies 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. They may move for a period of time. That may fit into your life. That may not. So Jill, if somebody's watching thinking, I need a job, I need an associate, how can they reach out to you directly to find out more?
Great. They could reach me by phone at 267-800-3196 or by email at jobconnect@dentalnachos.com.
Awesome, Jill. And you can always text job to 215-543-6454 to see over our 50 positions. We have some in Philadelphia, North Dakota, Texas, all over the country with awesome practitioners. And one of the things before we wrap up with Jill is, I find, Jill, that the practice owners are so eager to welcome someone to their office and really want to mentor and be there, but they've just been out of the connection game and they just don't know how to get that person to their office. But we've had some great wins recently of dentists connecting. Share an example of a good win and, some happy Nacho campers working together.
We recently connected a dentist with a practice and owner in Scottsdale, Arizona, Dallas, Texas. We've done multiple places throughout the country. So we've had a lot of great wins.
And now we have 2 dentists working together, exactly what I wanted, hanging out together, being annoyed, doing full contact arts and crafts every day, also having fun, also getting to know each other. So I appreciate you being here, Jill, and thanks for being an awesome sister and dentist job connector coordinator. Thanks so much.
Thanks, guys.
We think outside the box, we tend to be more creative.
There are a lot of people who say they serve the dental industry, and Dr. Paul Goodman actually serves the dental industry.
He's very transparent. He's very good at communicating with dentists. He'll make sure that people are being heard, they're listened to.
And so once you're working with Paul, you've kind of tapped into the
Paul Goodman and the Nacho Group is awesome when speaking at their events. The reason being is they are so fantastic at their follow-up and just letting you know where to be, making sure that it's very easy as a speaker.
My experience as a speaker has been really, really great. The people are super engaged. They ask really great questions.
I love doing what we do, inspiring people toward practice ownership, inspiring people toward opening startups the right way, changing communities.
Love the fact that I've been able to learn things that I could now take and implement in my own business. So it's just more about giving value and information to people that wouldn't get it otherwise.
I like having those epiphanies where I think, I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know people could do it that way.
Getting to meet some of the industry leaders like Mark Costas, working with Dimitri today.
The people are nice, which is a reflection of, our lead nacho guy. Dr. Goodman is such a kind person. And I love the community and the vibe and the culture that he's created here.
I like working with Paul because he is a genuine person. He actually cares about the people that he's putting these events on for, and he's looking to pay it forward, and he's looking to share with other dentists.
What he does is he really makes us as dentists to think outside the box. When we think outside the box, we tend to be more creative.
There are a lot of people who say they serve the dental industry, and Dr. Paul Goodman actually serves the dental industry.
He's very transparent. He's very good at communicating with dentists. He'll make sure that people are being heard, they're listened to.
And so once you're working with Paul, you've kind of tapped into the Nacho network, and it's a very good network, really, because of the holistic approach they have to continuing education and Paul's commitment to help dentists of all ages.
I would absolutely be thrilled and honored to speak at any Dental Nachos event.
I would 100% speak at another Dental Nachos event.
Absolutely. I would do another event.
Hey everyone, where'd I come from? The floor. This is where I live on Zoom now. My name is Paul Dr. Nacho, and that used to be legal to have in-person CE, literally one of my favorite things to do. Run events like that, make my team totally nacho nuts, share, meet new friends. But now we are in this nacho nuts pandemic time. And usually I wear fancy outfits to lecture, but I have found a new outfit. So you might think that this is just a super cool hoodie. But when I step back, I would like to reveal the new lecture wardrobe for Dental Nachos. It's an adult size onesie. You can keep your snacks inside here. So it's very versatile. When you're on Zoom, just looks like a cool hoodie, and you go right to bed afterwards. So we are going to have an awesome night tonight, Dental Nachos Extravaganza. We're going to learn. We have a great CE course. We have awesome sponsors sharing us what they do to make you a better dentisting human, to increase your success, decrease your stress. Think of this time right now, walking by a virtual exhibit on your couch, having wine, relaxing, eating dinner, and learning from people in our industry. So I'm ready for our first awesome key resource and sponsor to come on. Vanessa from Local Med, one of my friends who we've spent numerous times at in-person CE. Now it's illegal, Vanessa. What is your bet? People have pools for stuff. What is your bet from when in-person CE will return? What do you think?
It can't come soon enough. That's for sure. I miss seeing my dental friends in person. I mean, this is great seeing you rise from the floor, Paul, and everything, but it's a little bit more fun when we are able to, share some nachos and some margaritas in person and have that. So I really hope sooner rather than later.
And I think at least we've all exercised our online muscles, because we need some of this too. We can learn it anytime on your phone, on the go, and in person too. So my goal here is to share 9 awesome key resources and sponsors, what you do to help dentists. There's people watching now who don't even know what Local Meds does. So let's start with that. What do you do to help dentists increase success and decrease stress?
Yeah, so today I actually brought a guest with me. I know he hasn't been on in quite some time. We've all been quarantined, but now he's quarantining at home, and I have Ghost with us today.
I'll cheers to Ghost. This nacho mug, good for coffee and wine, depending what time of the day it is. So thanks.
Love it. Love it. Yes. So a lot of you are probably like, okay, what is this girl doing with a goat? So Ghost is actually our social media ambassador for Local Med, and Ghost, not like the scary ghost. I know he just came from October, but his name is Ghost, G-O-S-T. Nice. And you can see here for Get Online Scheduling Today. So he's Ghost the Go, and he basically helps us spread the word about online scheduling. And so that is what we do here at Local Med. We make it easy and seamless for your practice. There's nothing new for your staff to learn, and it integrates right into your practice management system. Paul, I know you've been using it for a long time. You always joke about how it's like having an extra staff member in your office that's able to book appointments. And that's exactly what we do. We make that easy, and we close the loop on your marketing efforts. So you spend a lot of money on marketing every month. Right. Make it easy for them to become a patient. Make it easy for them to book.
And as soon as I met you guys, I knew it was a nacho brainer. Test that at my own office. But one of the things that's nice, some things you help fill the hygiene schedule, you help increase production, you help patients get the care they need. But sometimes it matters, what does the dentist feel? And I like that people are thinking about me at weird hours of the day, because I wake up in the morning and I check my Local. I said, man, Mrs. Smith made 5 appointments at 2 a.m. She must be a busy person. But it shares that story, always about the story, is that we give our patients the opportunity to book 24/7. We use it for hygiene, emergency exams, implant consulting, other people use it for other things, but it allows your patients optimal convenience to keep moving forward. And what are some of the stats and stories you've seen during the pandemic? We were shut down. We were worried our hygiene wouldn't be filled. Dental Intelligence and Local Med, 2 awesome sponsors, have helped us with that. What have you seen with some of your other clients?
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing that we've seen recently is obviously trying to fill the hygiene schedule. That's been a big issue, and it's going to just keep repeating. Every 6 months, it's still going to be an issue until you're really able to fill that schedule. And so what we've teamed up with Dental Intelligence. We now are owned by them, and they have a feature called Patient Finder, and it allows you to actually pull a list of optimal patients you want to get back in your practice, and including the scheduling widget. So in a couple of clicks of a button, you can get patients to schedule without having to make those phone calls. It saves the front desk so much time. It's been a game changer and a lifesaver for lab practices. It's been stressful for everyone, to say the least.
Our patient care coordinator, Kate, and her and I are such close friends. We were sitting there about a month ago. I said, do the Vanessa thing. She said, I don't know if we should do it. People get texts. I said, do it. Let's see what happens. It was a Tuesday afternoon, and she kept stopping by, socially distanced with her mask, saying 8 people scheduled, 14 people scheduled. And it was amazing. And we were able to set it so we could book in January and February. So we allow patients to, convenient for them, but also sets the office up for success. Because I have people, as soon as the hair salon's open, me included, people were waiting for that. But people said, oh, I was just there. I said, that was 2 years ago. Such a great opportunity. So you guys bring all the fun, Vanessa. I know you guys are great prize people. We have an awesome raffle here. Text prize to 215-543-6454. Also want to share, my team in the chat is sharing text local to 55444 to get Nacho Nuts pricing on Local Med. But what raffle prize do you have for us tonight?
So we got something really exciting. We want to be able to have practices be able to kick off with a great 2021. 2020, for some people, it's not been their favorite year. So we wanted to make going into 2021 a lot easier, so you can get those new patients in the door. You can get those recurring patients back in the door, back on the schedule, and those hygiene chairs. So what we're offering is free
Nice,
setup.
I like that. We got our same thing here, yeah.
So we're completely waiving it, zero cost.
I know my dentist people and the sponsors that are coming up, they're frugal people, they're cheap people, they're crown preps, $1,500 works of art. So they like a deal. Dentists love deals. So what kind of value is that? If you're in office and you text in prize to 215-543-6454, how much would they save by getting that raffle prize?
Yeah. So if you win this amazing prize, you're saving $995. So about $1,000. I mean, that's a lot of Christmas presents. I mean, that
presents, nachos. Yeah, you can get, a real great savings. Well, thanks for being you, Vanessa. We'll go see each other in person. So glad you brought Ghost here. Stick around in the chat. Enjoy the show. Meet some people here virtually. And we'll have some drinks in Philadelphia, hopefully in 2021. I'm guessing July of hopefully 2021. That's my good guess. I don't know.
Most definitely. And one more thing, Paul, real quick. We've just had a holiday weekend. We have the holidays coming up. People are taking extra time off. It's even more important to have online scheduling because that's the last thing you want to worry about in your time off is getting patients on the schedule. Just let Local Med do it for you.
Just wake up and have your phone say, oh man, somebody was thinking about you. That's me. So thanks so much, Vanessa. Really appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you. Bye.
So I'm going to unveil my guy here. This is your dentisting core, your mind skills, your word skills, and your hand skill. We're going to talk about that a lot tonight. So that's what you're learning from our key resource and sponsor. Our next one here talks about one of the most important things in our dentisting life. You can talk all about treatment plans, creating the best veneers, the best implants, but we need patients to pay for it. So Samir from Care Credit, welcome to the Dental Nachos Extravaganza. Share with us what you guys do at Care Credit.
It's so funny. I mean, you literally took away what I was going to actually say. I was like, oh, let's start building this up. What Vanessa said, bringing patients in is fantastic. You want, that is the blood and the life cycle of lifeline of a dental office. But what happens afterwards? Getting patients is one thing, but actually having patients to say yes to the recommended care and then paying for it is where everybody becomes happy. It makes you happy, it makes the patient happy, and makes the team happy. And that's where Care Credit comes in. It's helping, reducing the friction, as much friction to accept the treatment. And money is a big friction. It's a big barrier.
You didn't like that I had the potato chips, so I have nachos, and everyone likes a variety of toppings. So in our office, we use outside financing, including Care Credit options, to pay in full, stretch it out over a course of treatment, stretch it out longer. And people love having these options. What have you guys found over the pandemic? How has Care Credit helped dentists be more successful in getting patients to move forward?
So the biggest thing is exactly what you just said. It's actually having that conversation. Let's just start there. Because if you don't ask, if you don't present, the answer is always going to be no, right? So having that proactive conversation, to have that conversation with that patient, giving them the choices, giving them the options. Let me as a patient make the decision instead of you choosing it for me. So what we found, and I've been with Care Credit now for 14 years, and it has not changed, whether it's COVID-19 or not. It's always been, you discuss it, you present the options, and you let the patient make a decision. Right. Again, hopefully you created enough value to what you're presenting. So
it's a menu to give the patient for both the treatment and the paying part. We have Dr. Lincoln Harris tonight talking about case acceptance, because the paying part just as important as the other part. Nothing happens without the paying part. I love having you guys as a resource for our office and in the group. Samir, how can people reach out to you directly? If they say, I want to learn more about Care Credit, how can they reach out to you directly?
So of course, every dental practice has a rep that is assigned to them. So the easiest would be, you may or may not know about who your rep is. So I love Dental Nachos. I love Paul Goodman. I'm happy to give my own personal email. So
thanks, Samir. This is nice.
Send an email to me
every week. So what's the email for you?
What's that? I'm sorry?
What's the best email for them to reach out to you?
It's sbasine@carecredit.com. I'll post it. I'll send it on the chat so everybody has it. I look forward to connecting and look forward to seeing how my reps can be the resource more than just patient financing.
Yeah.
It's everything from communication to conversation to marketing to everything else. We are not the experts, but we know a lot of people who are the experts.
That's great. And it also is an opportunity to reactivate people who've had treatment plans that have been dormant for a while and say, now we have other options and we have prizes. We're giving out free CE prizes on the behalf of every company. Just text prize to 215-543-6454. Samir, I appreciate so much everything you do, your fun attitude, putting up with me, all this stuff. Care Credit's a great resource for us. Thanks so much for being part of this.
My pleasure, my pleasure. And since I gotta do some kind of a raffle giveaway.
All right, what's your raffle giveaway? I like that.
It would be, so how about this? Because we are that one central resource that can fulfill a lot of things, what we all have gotten used to is having Alexa or Siri or somebody one like that do it. So the raffle would be an Amazon Echo
Wow, that is impressive, Samir. Look at this. Now the Nacho team is texting in text prize. I can see it already. So text prize enter. It's a totally free raffle. We have amazing gifts. Thanks so much, Samir. I really appreciate you being here.
My pleasure. Have a good one.
Thanks so much. So we have local med, we have care credit, all these toppings, things you don't learn in dental school. Our next awesome key resource and sponsor, CuraProx. Stacy from CuraProx is here. Before she starts, I want to tell a story because back when in-person C was legal and I was a younger dentist, I saw these great CuraProx interdental tools that I kept in my office for myself to use, implant patients. That's how I remember what their company does. They do a variety of things, but I always just remember like stories, and they were at a convention. I said, when you're a dentist or a hygienist, you're not ever allowed to have anything in your teeth. No one ever lets you live it down. So I carried one around with me all the time. So Stacy, share with me, what does CuraProx do? How do you guys help dentists in their office be more successful and less stressed?
Well, Paul, I think we can all agree that right now, perhaps personal oral home care has got to be a top priority, not only for our overall health and well-being, but unfortunately, patients are having to push out some of their regularly scheduled preventive maintenance visits. And so now more than ever, it's critical that our patients have products at home that they're motivated to use, that they get the job done, and most importantly, that they don't cause any damage or trauma to the teeth from perhaps using a brush that might not be ideal in those situations.
For sure. And at CuraProx, you guys have all different types of oral hygiene products. So tell us a little about your menu of options for dental offices.
Yeah, absolutely. I think most people know and love CuraProx. We're best cited with these bright, fun colors. And I know at the Greater New York show, everybody's drawn to all of our bright, fun colors. So most people, once they use our manual brushes, they are absolutely in love. We have a great line of interdental brushes. And the most common question we get asked is, don't you guys have a power toothbrush? Well, I'm excited to share with you guys our Hydrosonic, which is absolutely amazing. So the main thing that our toothbrushes are known for are the bristles. They're actually a patented filament called a Curin filament made from polyester. Most toothbrushes are made out of nylon, and toothbrush polyester bristles are simply softer and gentler. And that's the #1 complaint we get from both patients and dental professionals alike, is that a lot of power brushes have very firm bristles. You combine that with a poor toothbrushing technique, an abrasive toothpaste, and it's really a recipe for disaster. So we want to ward off any of that potential self-induced trauma with a toothbrush. And this is really the answer to that. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's got the coolest kind of water drop tape shaped head with shorter bristles in the middle, longer on the outside. So it really cups around the tooth and gum, very similar to a Prophy cup. Again, those ultra soft bristles. The other really cool feature is the back of it is rubberized for your comfort. So if you've ever accidentally bumped against like an opposing arch with a high vibrating brush, it's like, whoa, it really jostles you. So this comforts it, but it also quiets the brush as well. We have patented ergonomic bends in the head to help with dexterity and getting in those really tight places. Your vibrations are going to go from 22,000 to 44,000 vibrations per minute. One button touch is going to turn it on and off and change between 7 speeds. So you can really customize this in the mouth. You don't take it out and change the settings. If you're brushing, you hit a sensitive spot, you just hold the button down and it changes frequency. And then you're like, oh, that feels a little bit more comfortable. You keep going. So it's really, really nice.
I mean, I like it. I'm a big fun guy, Stacey, and anything that makes something we do 2 to 3 times a day more fun. I know when we had you on, our Nacho team said they wanted to get that. I know it's just, it's a key time for us to support our patients because maybe we don't have as many hygiene appointments open. That happens in our office. Maybe they can't get in. Maybe it's not totally safe for certain people to go out of their house at this time. That could happen for a variety of reasons. Maybe people are not able to get out of their house. So this is an opportunity. So you can't to bring awesome oral hygiene to their home. So right now, you can buy this brush from you guys. I know you have a special offer going on. Tell us about the offer that you have going on.
Yeah, so this brush actually is only sold through dental professionals and on our website. So your patients aren't going to wander through Costco, get frustrated or confused by so many different price products. This retails for $1.99. It is worth every penny, the absolute best toothbrush you have ever used. But as a dental professional, I'm sure you would agree, you like to try things for yourself. So not only are we dental professionals, but we're also patients, right? We're patients of our own field. So we have this wonderful trial unit, and this brush comes with 3 different heads, one specific for orthodontics and implants as well, and a little bit of a firmer brush. It's a basic USB charge with a cool travel case. We have these for dental professionals specifically for you all tonight for only $55.
Oh,
so
wow.
it is
You're speaking
rock bottom
people's
price.
language. The deal, you just put on your adult size onesie for people who aren't there. This is a whole onesie. I bought it yesterday. I have one for Lincoln Harris. We're going to ship it to Australia. So you get your CuraProx toothbrush, your adult size onesie. I want to share, to be part of the raffle, just text prize to 215-543-6454. I know you're going to be hanging around the chat and you have a special link to share. How can people reach out to you directly if they want an office demo? I want to get more of those things I used to have from the past. They say, hey, Stacey, I want to reach out to you directly. How could they do that?
Yep, that's great. I'll go ahead and put my email in the chat. It's stacy@curaproxusa.com. But I'm going to share with you guys a little bit of exciting news. We have a brand new business professional, so it's for dental professionals only website, and it's simply curaden.us. I'll put that in the chat. It's really just opened like a day ago. So be patient with us as we all navigate through it, but it's an absolutely gorgeous, beautiful site, features all of our products. And also in the link I'm going to put in there has a click for samples and more information, like schedule a virtual lunch and learn whatever you need.
Get yourself a 75% off toothbrush. You love a deal.
Absolutely.
I want to get one for our family. So thanks so much for supporting this, Stacey, making it fun. Hang around in the chat. You guys are awesome at CuraProx. Really appreciate you doing this.
Thank you, guys.
Awesome, Stacey. So we've gotten all kinds of great toppings already. You're going to learn so much here in our pre-Lincoln Harris sponsor showcase hour. Lean forward, learn, JFO, just find out. We can bring up our next key resource and sponsor that makes one of my newest favorite things out there: your mind, your words, your hand skills, how to improve yourself as a dental professional. So one of the things to protect your dentist in core is compliance. We have Ken Frucci here, a key resource and sponsor, who's going to share with us, what do you do, Ken, to help protect us, protect our safety, protect our offices, keep us compliant? Tell us about that.
Well, we have a national program that we've started. We've always been providing compliance training. We're actually a nationally accredited Academy of Dental Dentistry provider, so we can go anywhere. We provide CE credits for all of our OSHA compliance, CPR, medical emergencies, all of that. But recently, we put together a new OSHA safety COVID-19 exposure management program. In the past 3 months, we've actually had 3 clients call us. 2 out of the 3 did not know what to do when they had an employee who was exposed to COVID. And what we're learning is all the pre-screening that we're doing on our patients is certainly top-notch to prevent patients from coming in. But what are we doing for staff who may come to work who become sick because they may have come in contact with the virus outside of?
And also, Ken, I want to, this is such an important topic. So if you're listening, Ken Frucci, Key Resource Sponsor, can help you if you're dealing with a challenge with COVID in your dental practice, which is going to be one that we're all going to deal with as dental professionals, people, and patients. And this is if you have a team member or a patient dealing with it. It's very confusing, Ken. Also, I have to say, we've been in contact since this started. The rules change and guidelines change, so it's not easy to keep up with that. So you basically have helped offices who've had a COVID scenario in their office. They might have been wearing masks, they're protected, but they still don't know what to do. Tell us more about that. Like, let's say someone has this happen. How can they reach out to you, and what are some of the things you help them with?
We actually will put them under our wing on our program. We assist them with all of the reporting to all the agencies, including the town health department where they are. We make sure they're following the health department guidelines. The ADA, the CDC actually has their guidelines that actually have to do with, okay, a lot of offices are calling and saying, well, do I have to close my practice because they had an employee who had COVID? And that's not true. No. However, other documentation, other PPE, other training. I actually was in a client today who did not have any masks whatsoever. And I said, that is a major issue for you. You've got to get the masks and you have to train your people on those.
Right.
And, you know, we know that even patients can come in asymptomatic with COVID. They may pass the pre-screening. Their temperature is fine. They're asymptomatic. We just don't know. There's so much about this that we don't know. But where we feel we can really help the dentist is to take that pressure and that worry off of them, because on their list of things to do, as you know, as a busy dentist, you got a million things to do. Maybe your office manager is going to be able to handle this, but we have some clients that have as much as 20 and 30 staff, and the office manager's schedule is already overextended.
For sure.
You need someone full time to handle this for you.
And
So
I just said I'm struck while I'm wearing my jumpsuit here. You don't know this, not just a cool hoodie. Said, Who Are You Gonna Call was a popular 80s movie. So basically, Ken, you are Who Are You Gonna Call when this is most definitely going to be something you're going to deal with the next 6 months. So I like stories. So as we wrap up, someone's at their office tomorrow, someone's watching now, take Ken's contact info. I want to just make sure we get this out properly. We have a text code for you. Text CMET to 55444, text CMET. But Ken, if someone has this happen tomorrow, someone's watching now saying, I need to call Ken, because just call Ken and you will help manage and guide through the next step of compliance. How can they reach out to you to do that?
We'll set them up with a 2-year program that includes everything. I will say, just if I can real quick, I don't want everybody to think it's only going to be COVID, but we are still seeing needle sticks. We're seeing dental instruments people stuck with. We see the everyday exposures that also have to be recorded.
For sure.
If we're dealing with any type of, it's rare, but if there was an amputation, God forbid, or a loss of an eye, someone's not wearing eyewear and they spill a hazardous material in their eye, well, if they become blind, you now have to call OSHA. You now have to report that.
It's also this, Ken, there's always a good reason to make a good decision. So people are learning Zoom and this stuff because of the pandemic. They might have thought, I never need to do that. Now they want to talk to their grandkids. I just had a question on the Nacho group. Do I need someone in my office to be someone that I dedicate to OSHA? And the answer is yes. It could be you, but if it's not going to be you, so this is a perfect time to use COVID as kind of the lead challenge, but also get the other things in order. I think that's awesome, Ken. Share with us, what are you raffling off for us here today?
We're offering a free online OSHA bloodborne pathogens course, which is about an hour to an hour and a half. And it's giving out 3 free CE credits, which are accredited by the Academy of General Dentistry. What we will be able to do in that free course is to go over the other areas of OSHA and COVID that many offices have not been too busy and they have not been brought up on the standards. So it's important we get that information out to them. And one quick note, I know I'm running on close to my time, but another filing issue that we have to think about in New Jersey, specifically in New Jersey, if a dentist has a medical emergency and they call 911 and that patient needs to be transported to the hospital, the New Jersey Dental Board mandates that they have to fill out the state board form and notify the board that a patient was transported out of their office. So that's also in this compliance. It's another added piece of paperwork that some dentists don't know, and it's for their protection. So in the event the patient comes back 6 months later and claims they didn't treat them and there's a lawsuit, we've got that documentation. It's all about that protection.
It's critical, just as much as getting patients to pay into your office, protect everyone there. What's the best website for people to go to, Ken?
They can go to cmet.biz, cmet.biz.
Okay.
You can also see us on our landing page through Nachos. And reach me through Instagram or email. They can feel free to give me a call anytime. We're here to answer any questions for them. And we're here. We're here to help them get through this.
Awesome. Thanks, Ken. Critical and topping. Thanks for being a key resource and sponsor. Enjoy the show. Interact in the chat. Let's see you soon. Thanks so much.
Thanks so much.
Awesome, guys. So these are learning so many things we didn't know in dental school. Online scheduling, how to get people to pay, oral hygiene aids for your patients. You can read around implants, compliance. So we'll bring up our next key resource and sponsor. Keep our awesome nacho toppings going here so that we can continue to learn. Please text PRIZE to 215-543-654. So we finally have, this always happens on, I think, a fellow dentist like me, Dr. Tina Saw, who makes one of my most favorite new products, loops and lights. Tina, you're a dentist. Share with us what you're doing, what you're making, and the awesome nacho topping that you're raffling off for the group.
We are Light Solutions Dental. We sell wireless lights and also wired lights. We also sell loops. And I know, Paul, you have several of our products, and we pretty much bring affordability to the market and make wireless lights that are just really amazing and just like things that because we're always wearing all these PPE. So it's really nice to just go wireless and not have all that hassle.
Tina, no, I'm standing back here, right? People are going to have to sit down. Tell us how, because I've been buying lights for a long time. First, you got to get backup loops. So I have my own workhorse loops. I just got Light Solutions dental loops. They're awesome loops. I'm actually using them more than my old workhorse, but I'm now glad that I have two. Why didn't I have two before? Because I lost my own loops in my office. It's very me. But tell us about the cost of the light, because dentists are watching. How much does the light cost?
Yeah. So get this, the price is only $250.
That is not so much.
$250. If you want to like never have to worry about losing power, it's an extra $100. $350. You get two batteries that are interchangeable and a wireless light. Like you really cannot beat that price.
It's awesome. And I've been using it myself. And one of the things that's cool about it is I don't know how to say this best. I can't put anything together. I'm bad with technology. Yours just clip right on. So you can actually move it to different things. Tell us a little bit about that. If you have an example, you could show us. But if you don't, you just tell us about it.
Exactly. It is so easy to clip on. I know when I first got my first pair of loops in dental school and then I got a light, I had so many problems putting that attachment on. I didn't know how to screw in this or that. And it is so easy. We have this universal adapter and you can basically attach it to any glasses, any loops, like anything, just with this like one attachment. It's so
I mean,
easy. Like I did that instantaneously.
Right. I mean, you can, and one of the things people have been saying, whether you do surgery or other things, sometimes you just want a light on regular safety glasses. So I think that's really awesome. I've got loops too. So I want to share that, Tina, you can text loops to 55444 to get a great deal. But what are you raffling off for us here today?
Okay, so we are raffling off one of our wireless lights.
Yeah, so a $250 prize from Light Solutions Dental and awesome Dr. Tina and her husband who started this, also a dentist, all of us dentists. Get yourself backup loops. You make things fun, Tina. I love the products. Glad to have it. I'm probably going to get a third set coming here soon because just for a second, everything I do is hopefully help dentists and myself make good decisions. One day without your loops, not only does it cause you stress and morale, you could lose $4,000 or $5,000 of production in that one day. So if you're operating with one pair of loops, it's not so nuts. I mean, how many pair of loops do you have now, Tina?
Oh my goodness. I've gone through like 4 or 5 and the clarity on our loops is just incredible. And I have to say dentists right now are reaching their busy season with insurances end of the year. And I know that I cannot work efficiently and quick without a proper loop and light. So definitely check out Light Solutions.
You can get both for under $1,000. It's a great opportunity to get them for your hygienist. It's great to have them for your hygienist. You want your hygienist to see like you do. So it's just a great time. Maybe that will be the stocking stuffer for hygienists this year from their dental practice owner. Get them loops. Our hygienist been using loops for a while. Get them a light that they can put on anything. It's going to come in handy. Thanks for being you, Tina. How can people reach out to you directly? We have your Nacho landing page, and all that, but how can they reach out to you guys directly?
They can message me on Facebook, find me on Dental Nachos on the Facebook forum. I'm always on there online. They can find us on Instagram at Light Solutions Dental. I'm totally easy to reach and they can also email us. There's many ways. And our number is on our website also.
Awesome. You can just text loops 2 to 55444. Thanks, Tina. Look, it's good you're at these shows. Stay around for CE. You get CE with Lincoln Harris by sticking around.
And Paul, do you like my shirt?
Oh, thanks. That's awesome. Look, we're twins. Yeah, I got to get you a onesie too, but I think they only make them in sizes for like chubby dads. But, these are great. But thanks. Awesome shirt, Tina. Enjoy the show. Really appreciate you being here.
Thanks.
Awesome. So you are not so nuts if you don't have backup loops or even backup to your backups. Think about getting your hygienist. Light Solutions Dental has been an awesome key resource and sponsor. I love their product. I'm using it. So now we're going to come to another product I love, a company that I started with me way before I was Dr. Nacho, just regular Paul Goodman, a crazy dentist running around Philadelphia, organizing lectures at Italian restaurants, Maggiano's, great chicken parm. So we have Will from Keatonbach. Will, share us what you do. What do you guys do?
Yeah, Dr. Nacho, my name is William Wally, and I am the West Coast Regional Manager located here in San Francisco. If you're not familiar with Kettenbach, we're a German manufacturer for impression material, and we also do composites. One of our newest products this year is our Vasalis Semcore.
Nice. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, that's a 3-component system. It's an adhesive cement, BPA free. And what's unique about the material, not only does it work with all substrates and with all restoration types, but it is also a core buildup. So you're able to, cement the post, build up the core, create a monoblock and cement that restoration
In
right
an
on there.
office, Will, so you make one of my favorite products ever, Siljanot, right? Dan Pirelli's bought me cars. They were Matchbox cars for my daughter. If people use alginate, I don't understand it. Do you not like yourself? Get up in the morning, be like, I'm worth not using alginate. The model can break. You know, you have to pour it up right away. So I've used Siljanot for years. We use Panacel. Now we're talking this, but even some dentists, Will, even though Siljanot's cheaper, they still think it's expensive. They don't understand math. So they keep it around for an emergency, right? They keep it around for the special time. Well, I see this product here as also one that you want to have in your office, because when you take off a crown and you look, you go, oh man, the buildup is inside of it. That was not supposed to have happened. And you need to retrofit that crown. It sounds like this product will come in handy.
That's exactly right, because it's a unique product where it has a core built up in the material itself, and it's the adhesive cement. You're able to create that monoblock, less materials and lower cost.
So another product to have. I mean, also, one of my dreams has come true. Not dunking a basketball, that was going to be one of my dreams, but getting a buying group from Keaton-Bach. So if you text buying to 55444, if you text buying to 5544, we will get you the best deals on Keaton-Bach products. One of my good friends said, you guys have a deal going on now. Well, we get like the machine if you get enough product, I think, right? You get the mixing.
That's exactly right. So as a manufacturer for impression materials, in the US market, we sell all of our materials direct. So even for a regular dentist, compared to like other brands on the market, we're going to be considerably less. But with the Dental Nachos group, you're getting up to 40% of a discount. And then on top of that, as far as the auto mix machine, these machines to dispense your Siljanot preliminary impression material or your final impression material, which is the Panacel, that's a $2,000 machine, and we give you that free with purchase. So if you qualify purchase any materials in the Keaton-Bach line, $1,200 of material, then we give you a free auto mix.
So listen up, Dennis. This is why it's such a great deal. The person trying to get that machine posted on Dental Nachos said, Paul, you got us such a good deal. I was having a hard time getting enough to get up to $1,200. So it's a double good deal. You know, get your discount, get your machine, learn about the ChemCore here. What are you raffling off for us, Will?
So as I spoke initially, that SemCore kit.
Awesome.
This is a $170 value, and we are raffling this off.
Nice. It's real prices right there. Here we got loops, we got ChemCores. Just text prize in to 215-543-6454. Well, this is our first time meeting virtually, Will, which is awesome. But I hope we meet in person when that becomes legal again. Thanks so much.
Perfect. Thanks.
Awesome, guys. So fun prizes, learning, make your office better. Put in the chat, what's one thing you're going to do so far? Nacho team, kindly annoy them and say, hey, what is one thing you're going to do from what you've seen here so far? And now we're going to be talking about our dentist core, and we're talking about protecting ourselves with our dentist core, because you don't want to cry inside or on the outside. And one of the things that will make you cry inside or on the outside is your computer's getting under attack. So we have Chris from Fluency here who's going to share with us, what do you guys do to protect dentists from crying on the inside or outside, Chris?
Hey, Paul, we do a technique called MDR, which is Managed Detection and Response. So we help deploy commercial-based products that normally dentists can't get. So companies like SentinelOne, if you know CrowdStrike, if you could play the stock market, there's large companies out there that sell what's called EDR, which is Endpoint Detection and Response. It can't even be bought unless you have at least 75 licenses. And so what we do is we help lower the entry point. Think of it as like insurance, shared capability. We lower the license point to be able to get the EDR out to the dentists, but we also give it 7x24-hour monitoring. We able to get the Office 365 and other cloud data into it and get their central management and review it. So that what we do is we help them protect against ransomware and viruses, because, you know, strangely, antivirus is something you can't see, right? I don't know how you choose it. You choose it by colors. I have no clue, right? But the reality is that AV has advanced leaps and bounds in the last 20 years. The AV your dad got, like my dad got, he got AV. He had over 1,000 viruses on a machine 3 years ago. I had to stop by, switch out his machine to a Mac. It's changed.
And
right?
that's like, we had a scenario in our office, I'll share, where we had a ransomware. Everything went perfectly. We had everything work out well, and it was one of the most stressful 3 days of my entire life. And this is when we had a team like you working with us. So what do you do to protect dentists? Someone saying, you know what, Chris, as I watch Dr. Nacho in his adult size onesie, weird outfit to wear on TV, I don't think I am doing this the right way. How can they connect with Fluency? And what do you guys actually do to get them protected?
Now, connecting to us, I have no clue, right? I guess they go connect through you.
Yeah. Well,
But
I want to share before you go on, you can text security to 215-543-6454. Text security to 215-543-6454. We'll drop your information in the chat. But once they connect and learn about what you do, what does that process look like?
it's a very quick engagement process. We normally give a call. We talk. If you don't have an admin, talk to somebody over there. You get certificates that go onto your machines. You quickly download. It gets installed. We get that data. If you're Office 365, we work with somebody to get your 0065 audit. If you have other things like Salesforce or other, we pull that data in because your data is not just in your office. Most places have Office 365. It's in the cloud.
Right.
And so we pull that data. We give you vision across the board. It's a pretty painless, easy, painless talking to the dentists, right? Painless, easy capability.
That's easy. We'll make the protecting your computers painless, just like we do for restorations now. And this, seriously, as a Media Mates practice owner, this is how I felt on the inside. You want to protect yourself by reaching out to Fluency and at least finding out where you are, right? People can find out, am I doing the right thing? Am I not doing the right thing? These are not things we can DIY. You can make a mediocre bite room on your own, dentist, but you cannot do your own protection of your IT department in your office. So I appreciate you sharing, Chris. What are you guys raffling off for the Nacho community? I know you guys have a great prize.
Yeah, raffling off the same thing my kids want, money.
Yeah,
we're doing an Amazon gift card, $100 Amazon gift card.
Text prize to 215-543-6454. Reach out to us. You can text security to 215-543-6454. We'll stick around and enjoy the show. We're bringing someone in from Australia, Dr. Lincoln Harris. Share in the chat, Chris, and thanks so much for being part of this.
Take care.
Thanks, guys. Awesome, guys. So we have a couple nacho toppings left to share with you. Such great value as we go towards the Dr. Lincoln Harris show. And now we have my friend Amber. Amber, hold on. I got to get my 50-pound weight to do squats while I do this here so I can be like you. See, wear an adult size onesie, you can be any weight. No one knows, right? See, look at this.
Yeah, they're definitely squat proof. I believe the onesies are squat proof.
Yeah.
So thumbs up over here.
So Amber, share with us what you guys do at Gargle. Love the name at Dental Nachos. I love unique names. Share with us what you guys do to help dentists be more successful and less stressed.
Yeah, I've been in dentistry for 15 years, and over the last 15 years, we've seen technology really explode in dentistry, and we absolutely love it from like a patient standpoint, but also from a practice management standpoint. We have tools that are accessible that we have never even thought that we could have had 15 years ago. And so, I think that's a huge benefit, but also the hard part of that is being a dentist and understanding which ones you need to invest in, which ones you need to use for your stage in business, which ones are the best, and then you have to go and negotiate the best price for you with all of these vendors, right? So Gargle is a group purchasing organization. However, we do not focus on, disposables. We are really focused on those technology solutions that you utilize in your practice every single day. So everything from your review management to your dental membership to patient financing, we have an array of different products that we offer for our members who have access to all of these solutions. So a unique standpoint is that they not only get a lot of these for a discounted pre-negotiated price, but several of them are already included in the Gargle membership. So you're familiar with Swell. Swell is one of our wonderful partners, and you will automatically get access to the Swell review management platform. Everybody needs review management at this point.
I mean, it's great. In the olden days when we were younger, if you wanted someone to say something nice to you, you got to go see them in person. But now they'll just say it online, which is nice. And I really appreciate you can use technology in so many ways to decrease your team stress, have people say nice things about you, expand your practice footprint, get people to know you. And I actually, I was listening to Gary Vee today, shocker, I listen to him every day, and talk about curating content. And that's what people do. You guys are curating, this technology experience for people because it can become very overwhelming to try to dig into all of these different nacho plates out there. I want to share how people can text you guys. Text Gargle to 215-543-6454. Text Gargle to 215-543-6454. You can get Amber and her team helping you figure out which technology you need. Do you already have one of these things? Is it redundant? Are you missing a piece? I mean, I have to share, I am the Dr. Nacho guy. I'm a Media Mates practice owner. I do all of these things, and it's still confusing to me because you think you have a local med, and then I have something like that, but you have a whole different thing with that. So I really appreciate you guys doing that.
It's like a Costco, right? We all have a Costco membership. And so there's a reason why that's what we consider. We're like the Costco membership when it comes to the digital dental software.
Yes, love that example. What are you guys raffling off, Amber?
So we are going to be giving away a cash is money $200 gift card.
Oh, wow,
We're
look at that.
also going to be donating $1 to the Toys for Tots Foundation. It is the holidays, and so we do want to kind of give back and not just make it all about us. And we like our dentist.
I love that. Well, this is my favorite sign from Dr. Maggie Augustin. She sent to me to spread kindness. So now, guys,
Spread kindness. I love that. Absolutely. So there are so many families that are in need right now, and we just want an opportunity to be able to give back. And so a lot of the things that we're going to be doing, we're going to be donating an additional $1. So I'm going to share a link for a landing page. I think they already shared it in the chat. If you click on that, you can go enter the giveaway, and every entry, we're going to donate $1 to the Toys for Tots too.
So we have hundreds of people that can do this. We have Facebook Live, YouTube. We have the Zoom chat here. Really appreciate you guys embracing that JBN spirit. Text Gargle to 215-543-6454. And what's your website, Amber? Just so people want to go and check that out.
We keep it simple, gargle.com. Check us out.
Awesome, Amber. I'm going to do some squats during the Lincoln Harris show, so I'll be huge. Awesome, Amber. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
So now I have saved our grand finale sponsor because I love what they do, and I also love the movies, and I always wanted to get a shark with a laser on its head, but now I can get a laser to put in my office. So we have Mike here from Solea. Mike, share with us what you guys do, how you guys help dentists be more successful and less stressed.
Sure, it's great to be here. I guess I'd rather be here than the greater New York right now. So
thanks, appreciate it.
So yeah, we are Solea, an all tissue laser, which we work with hard and soft tissue. Unlike any other laser before in terms of the science behind it, what we can do is totally transform the patient experience. We are introducing an environment where it's basically needle-free and drill-free. You talk about lowering stress and enhancing, practice success. The two biggest fears a lot of patients have, right, are the needle and the drill. Because we can eliminate that, it does change the patient experience, and also it's easier and less stressful for the dental practitioner.
I think people don't, my friend Dr. Lincoln Harris is going to do an awesome presentation next about communication. I don't think we appreciate how many bits of conflict we have in our operatories, make somebody numb, do this. So when you can remove that, that's just such a great way. And I've had so many of your great key opinion leaders, Dr. Ball and Parody, be on the show. And we've had other ones. We have a course we can actually share in the chat. But I mean, when you're a dentist and you could just walk into a room and do something that doesn't annoy a person, whether it makes you more money or makes you work faster, that alone is a great experience. But now tell me, what are the dentists doing? How are they using it to enhance their productivity?
Yeah, absolutely. You can do more dentistry, especially in a day and time of COVID. You can take a 15-minute class 5 type of procedure down to 15 minutes. You can work in all 4 quadrants of the mouth, where a lot of times you might have to reappoint. So they can do more dentistry per appointment. Soft tissue, you can do frenectomies, gingivectomies right on the spot in 5 minutes, blood-free, instead of sending those out. And lastly, I want to make sure we talk about, we're really excited the fact that now we have an application to treat snoring. 67% of adults snore. So now you can, in a 10-minute procedure, treat snoring in one treatment for 12 months, if not longer. And it changes people's lives. People are getting back together again and sleeping in the same bed and all those things, nachos together.
Treat themselves because, they're annoying people during the day. They go home, they're annoying their spouse at night. At least they can take care of that by, getting rid of that. I love that. Text Solea. I want to use your text code for a second. Text Solea, SOLEA to 55444 to get connected with Solea. As you see your dentist utilizing products like this, and Dr. Lincoln Harris does a lot with implants, our office does too. It's also great to just be able to remove tissue at any time, because when you're doing stage 2 surgeries or you're working around implants, it was Dr. Ball and Party or one of your other awesome key opinion said that they've eliminated the need to do as many flaps sometimes by using the laser. Have you seen that?
Yeah, absolutely. No, you can do it. It's very versatile in terms of doing soft tissue management, because you don't have to stop and deal with blood and reappoint. You don't have to do that as much. Working with implants and troughing before you use a scanner or CEREC or so forth, everything becomes a lot easier. We think we're biased, but we talk about, Amber talked about technology. Practice management software is now standard of care. Digital sensors, standard of care. 3D cone beam, standard of care. We do believe when patients find out about this, they're going to want to go to a spot where they don't have to have the needle and the drill, and they can do it all in one appointment.
And this is an ultimate JFO, just find out. Things like lasers are still, even though they've been around for a long time, are a shift in what people think. I encourage our goal here at Dental Nachos, share a lot of different toppings, find out how you can increase your success, decrease stress. Thanks so much, Mike. How can people reach out to you directly, or what is the best website for them to go to?
Yeah, I'm going to put some things in the chat room, but Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, we have all those platforms covered. I'm going to put on a website and also my personal information. All we like to do is talk to the dental community and educate people. And if it's right for them, we move down the road together. That's all.
Awesome. I love that. That's a great way to be. And I think that's going to set us up perfect with Lincoln Harris. Watch him coming up. Everybody here in the chat, it's supposed to be an extravaganza. It's supposed to be like a party. Communicate with each other. Thanks so much, Mike. I really appreciate it.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Awesome, guys. Thanks. Awesome. So that was an amazing lineup of key resources and sponsors to help you do what we don't want to do. Don't cry on the inside or outside. Help with your dentistry core, strengthen your dentistry core.